it's very common that people will contact me after trying to handle a matter on their own, with an incredible amount of frustration directed at the court. And they say things like, the judge wouldn't listen to me, that I was shuffled from person to person to person, that, I'm giving papers and I don't know what to do with them, that the judge wouldn't take my papers or understand me. And they just feel like they weren't heard. And unfortunately, there is a process to be heard. And unfortunately, if you don't follow that process, the court either won't or can't hear you the way you want to be heard. So it's really important before you go to court to understand how to best present your case in a manner that the court can fully appreciate what you're saying and can assist you. I mean, the court really does want to help you. They want to help people coming in, but sometimes it's not presented in a way that they can. And I can sometimes see the frustration even on the judges' faces, often, when they want to help the person, but something is just not done correctly. And it's a system. It's the legal process is a system, and they just can't take over and do it, even if they know what you want. Sometimes the attorneys sitting in the room know what the person wants. The judge knows what the person wants, but we can all see that they're not getting what they need, or they're not getting what they, not only what they want, but they're not getting what they need because something has failed. They have not done something correct with the process, or they're not presenting something legally correct. They're not making the correct argument, or they're not giving the judge the facts, the right facts that they need to make the judge. And again, sometimes the judge can elicit some questions that'll help him or her make the decision, but sometimes they can't. It's just they either don't have the time to do it, or they don't. It oversteps their bounds to do that. The judge is not supposed to be an advocate for one party or the other. So it's unfortunate that that's how it is, but it's why it's so important to at least get some information, a little information. Even if you can't afford full representation, some information is better than no information. And you're much, much more likely to be able to go through the process and get what you want if you just have some information. For quite a few years now, Connecticut has allowed something called partial representation or limited scope representation. We call it a la carte representation. So you can hire an attorney if you can't afford it for your whole case. You can hire an attorney for bits and pieces of your cases where you think you might need the most help. We've always done free phone consultations. We've always wanted to make ourselves available for people just to get procedural information, price information, and just to determine whether or not they'd even think about using us or want to use us.